Are you at or near ground zero on your freelance journey? Well, today I'm going to give you a step-by-step practical plan to get started as a full-time freelancer. Now, one thing to know in freelance life is that you don't always start where you end up. So today I'm going to give you some ideas about how to get started and how to jumpstart that whole process of being taken seriously as a professional. I encourage you to stay to the end of this video. I encourage you to take notes and to take what I'm telling you very seriously. This is a way that you can get into the industry. This is a way that you can build momentum in your career. Even if you're not just starting out, maybe you've had a career for a little while, but you've gotten stalled out. Because that happens as we freelance. Sometimes we go through seasons where we get stalled out. Sometimes we go through seasons where we do a lot of stuff and then things slow down. You can use this practical method as a jump start, right? To get some stuff happening. I've used this method, okay? And I have used this method to success, and I've seen other people use this method to success. This is not just hearsay. I've seen it work in my own life, and I've seen it work in other people's lives. Freelancing is never easy. It's always a grind, and you always have to be looking for the next chance to up your skills, the next chance to meet new people. And the number one thing you can have in your arsenal is something to talk about, something that displays that you are currently working, you are currently creating content. This is what we're talking about today, giving you a chance to create some content so that you can talk about it and that you can have conversation starters when people are like, hey, what have you been working on? Well, I'm going to give you something to work on. I'm going to give you an assignment today. There is one thing that you're going to need to get started, and that is a camera. I know everybody says that you have a camera in your pocket and it is your phone, but I'm going to say a little bit of a controversial take at the beginning here. And that is, I'm going to recommend that you buy a camera. There are lots of camera options that you can bring on that are not that expensive, especially if you look on the used market. And I'm going to lean you towards the Lumix brand because the Lumix brand has a lot of options that are very affordable, under $1,000. So I'm going to leave some links to those models in the description below. And I'm going to just encourage you to buy a camera. Now, why do I encourage you to buy a camera? I encourage you to buy a camera because it is one way to be taken seriously. And again, we're all about looking professional and being taken seriously. I'm here in New York working on a corporate project just here near Times Square. We're at a hotel filming a bunch of speakers and things about that, just corporate stuff. The topics are all about technology and AI. But let's get back to you and how you can create a freelance career. Even if you don't like sports, I'm going to tell you to start in sports. I'm a guy who doesn't necessarily like sports. I shoot a lot of sports and I produce a lot in the sports world. I'm not a huge sports fan, but I'm going to tell you it's in sports, and here's what you're going to do. You're going to find your local high school or your local college, and you're going to identify the most important and the most popular team that is at your school. That's most likely going to be the football team, the basketball team, the volleyball team, maybe the soccer team. You're going to pick the most popular team because you're going to want the benefit of the most eyeballs on what you're doing, okay? You might want to choose basketball only because there's a lot of basketball games, okay? There's not a lot of quantity of football games, but it is a popular sport. So pick a sport. All right, you got a sport in mind? You got a school in mind? Okay. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to find that team on social media. You're going to follow that team on social media because you want to be following it in order for someone to check in on you to make sure you're for real. Next thing you're going to do after you follow the team, you're going to go to a game. Okay? You're going to bring your camera to a game. You may not start shooting right away, but have your camera with you. You can do this before or after the game, however you want, but you are going to find the coach. The coach of a small team at a high school or a local college is easy to access, okay? Find the coach. Talk to the coach. Compliment the coach. Tell them that you enjoy the team, that you are pulling for them, and that it's just really exciting. You know, give them some small talk, compliment, right? Then you're going to say to them something like, hey, I'm a video producer, and I would really like to film some clips of the team. Now, this is where it's very important that you don't say, hey, I'm a complete newbie and I've never done this before. This is not what you're going to say. The camera in your hand or around your neck is really going to help you with this. I'm just going to say it will. You're going to say, hey, I am a video producer. I am a cinematographer, whatever you want to call yourself, but do not call yourself a newbie and do not focus on the fact that you've never done this before. So after you say, hey, I'm so-and-so, I want to film some content for the team, you're going to say, hey, the one thing I need from you is I need access to the sideline. If I'm going to have access to the sideline, then I can get close in and I can get good shots of the team. And your goal here is to talk to them about how you're going to create some content for the team, about the team. You're not talking about money, right? Because right at this point, you probably aren't going to get paid for this, and that's okay. So here's what you do. You either start shooting that game or you start shooting the next game. Okay? Either way, bring your camera, start shooting. Do what you need, follow your instincts, follow the action. However you want to shoot it is up to you. You're the creative, okay? Then after the game, here's a very important part. After the game, you are going to edit this video together as quick as possible. You can use whatever software you want. You can use Final Cut, Premiere, DaVinci, whatever you want, okay? It's up to you. The key here is speed. Shoot some footage of the game, get it into your software the same day, edit fast, okay? Edit fast. Then what you're gonna do is within 24 hours, you're gonna post this montage, hopefully a minute, 2 minutes max, nothing crazy long. You're gonna post it to your Instagram, and then you're going to DM that post over to the coach, over to the team, probably both, okay? Say something like this. Hey, here's the quick montage that I put together. I can do more of this and we can collaborate on future posts if you like what I've done, okay? Chances are they're gonna like what you've done because again, you shot, you edited fast, you put it on Instagram fast, and that is it, speed, okay? After you send this to them, they're gonna like it. Again, if they don't like it, then, well, you might wanna find a different team because you just produce some content for them for free, okay? Coaches love content. They love content, okay? Then, go back to the next game. Talk to the coach, bring your camera, shoot some content, do it again. Edit fast, deliver fast, and when you're at the game, ask the coach if you can collaborate. If you can put up an Instagram collaborative post, even better. So here's the trick here. What you're doing is you're creating content. And the reason you can create content for this team is that they're going to give you access. So once you have a camera, you need to create content and you need to get access. So the team's going to give you access, you're going to buy your camera, and you're going to create some content. Why do I say to do this? Well, because content is king. You need content in order to have something to talk about. Okay, you need content in order to have something to post on socials. You need stuff to talk about. Use the reach of that team to get exposure, and then you're going to try to leapfrog this into additional content for additional teams, additional organizations, additional people that you're going to meet, because the number one thing that you have to talk about is what you've been working on. And if you're out and you're talking to people, friends, family, whoever you're with, and the question invariably comes up, what are you doing? Hey, I'm shooting a bunch of content for the local basketball team. And, whoa, are you really? Oh, yeah, cool, yeah, okay. So you get what I mean here. You're giving yourself something to talk about. You're giving yourself something to post about on Instagram, and you're creating traction. Now, this is a very practical way to do this. Again, I encourage you to give this a try. And maybe if you're not a sports fan and you really don't want to do this for sports, well, then you have to pick another niche to do it in. Maybe you can go to your church and shoot some content of services and do the same thing, post a lot, interact with somebody, get exposure through the reach of an organization. Maybe you really like animals and you volunteer at your local animal shelter, create some content around that. You just need to find ways to create content for organizations that need it, for money or no money. I'm just going to say it right now. Like, a lot of this stuff is not going to pay you, but that is okay. They're not taking advantage of you because you approach them. What's going to end up happening is you're going to have content to talk about. You're going to have something to jump off on. Eventually, you're going to run across another sports team, maybe that's higher up, maybe that's in college, or maybe minor league, and you're going to have relevant content on socials that can prove through social proof that you've done this before. If you have content that you've produced that you can point to on socials, that's going to help you prove that you are indeed a professional. And I know you are a professional, right? You got to start thinking this way, like, I'm a professional. I'm not just someone who's just starting out who doesn't know what they're doing. Stop saying that. I'm a video producer, I'm a cinematographer, whatever you want to call yourself, but stick to it, okay? Stick to it. This is going to take discipline. This is going to take a good amount of effort on your part, but nothing comes easy in this industry as a freelancer. And without something to talk about, and without some traction with an organization that can help you reach, you're not going to get anywhere. Otherwise, you're just going to sit around and be like, I don't got any clients. Well, go get yourself a client. Start producing. Okay? And then you'll get more clients. We'll catch you in the next one.